Welcome back to our live coverage from the 2013 edition of the St. Genevieve County Fair. With me is Fair Board Chairman Mike Friedman, on whose shoulders rests the entire weight of the fair. And he's getting shorter by the minute.
Thanks. Sure makes me feel good.
So how are things? I know we talked earlier about last night, the crowd a little bit on the lean side. Really with all the weather, I guess there's a lot of competition, huh?
Yeah, it's, extending the fair in, 4 days. I mean, look at a family or whatever, it's expensive, to come up there, 3 nights admission and stuff. So, last night it was a $10 event to get in. Most places charge upwards of $18 to $20 to see this show, but we're trying to keep the expenses down, and it's all works out in the end. So everybody that was up there, I talked to a lot of people. They enjoyed it. They put on one good show.
All righty. And did the participants enjoy coming to St. Genevieve?
From the couple that I talked to, yeah, they said it. They enjoyed the facilities. All the locals dragged their tractors in, so it all works out.
Well, that's great. Glad to hear it. Now, today we had the number of events already take place. For example, the Fair Queen public speaking and talent competition, the Fair Queen fashion show competition. Did you get a chance to go over and see any of that?
No, I was too busy. I seen girls walking by in their dresses, but that's about as far as I got.
And I understand that you've talked to the Queen Chair, and she's pretty pleased with how many youngsters turned out for the Queen competition.
Yeah, there were 17 girls, I think, was what tried out. Yeah, she's tickled to death with it.
And all ages, 4 to 22, and we're going to see them in the parade.
Yeah, they all be out in the parade tonight.
I also heard that there might be a possibility the Missouri State Fair Queen would be here.
Yeah, she's supposed to be down already and supposed to be riding in the parade.
Okay, we'll look forward to seeing her. Of course, the Queen who is chosen for St. Genevieve County will represent St. Genevieve County at this year's State Fair, and who knows, she may be crowned the Queen.
Yeah, you never know. It might be. Yeah, I hope so.
Yes, that would be very, very exciting. So let's talk about some of the things that are coming up the rest of the day. We do see of course, the fair parade. We might as well mention a little bit about that since it's about ready to start. And as a matter of fact, it probably did start at the corner of Progress and Route M. Entries are probably being made at the last minute, as they usually do.
Yeah, the people wait to the last minute. So, but yeah, we got Donnie Klein is our grand marshal this year for the parade.
Well, that's excellent. Good, Donnie Klein. That's great. He may make them go a little faster than normal now.
Well, our theme this year for the fair is Race You to the Fair. So I heard he's going to have 2 stock cars. His boys are going to be running 2 of his stock cars through town. So I'm excited to see that.
You don't usually see those cars on the streets, do you?
No. Hopefully the law will leave them alone. So
I think there are exemptions made when you're in the fair parade, right?
Yeah, I hope so.
You hope so. Okay, and so that parade will begin underway. As I said, it should probably already begun. We don't have any spies out there at Progress and Route M. Someday we'll have to have some spies that are on a radio or something so that they can tell you where they are at.
Yeah, that would be good. I know my wife's on her way here with a list so I can know who's coming and who's driving what. So hopefully we'll get that before the parade gets here.
All right. After the fair parade, of course, it's the crowning for the not homecoming, but the fair crowning, Fair Queen crowning. That's going to take place at 6 o'clock, and that's up in that barn, isn't it?
Yeah, up on the stage, yes.
And that'll be exciting. You got 17 girls, and how many divisions? 4 or 5?
Yeah, I think there's 4. I'm not sure.
You got the Tiny Tots, you got the Little Miss, and the Junior Queen.
And Queen, yeah.
And Queen, so 4 divisions. So unfortunately, most of those girls are going to be a little disappointed. But that's what a competition's all about. And 4 of them are going to really be excited. All right, let's run down some of the other things coming up this evening. Of course, the amateur wine 4-H, FFA, and open exhibits. That's in the exhibit hall. Have you been in there?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in there, and Stormy Crawford was setting up earlier today too.
And he's did you get to see what he's brought down with him?
No, I haven't. So,
he's brought. I hope he brings his big snake. I like that big snake. That's something to see. And then he'll probably bring an eagle with him. I know when he was down for Chip Marzuko's Spring for Down syndrome, he brought an owl with him. Those things are interesting. They look at you and you know they're looking at you. Then they turn their head and it's like a automaton or something turning their heads. You ever notice that?
Yeah, owls are kind of spooky, but if Stormy brought the snakes, he can keep them. That's one thing I don't care for is a snake.
You don't care for the snakes. Well, let's hope they don't get loose.
Yeah, I was a kid. I guess I was 7 years old. I got bit by a copperhead,
Oh.
so I just
No wonder.
yeah I made it through, but I don't have no use for them.
You know, use for snakes. And that's up at the exhibit hall, what we used to call the youth building. I guess we call it exhibit hall now.
Yeah, that's what they've been calling it. So.
Yeah, it used to be with you. We always called that the youth building. They've got the award ceremony. Oh, the petting zoo. Petting zoo. Mike, have you been in the petting zoo?
Yeah, I've been down there. They got ducks, geese, turkeys. There's a horse, bunch of dogs from the police station, I guess, where you can come in and adopt them. So anybody's looking for a dog for a pet, I went up there. There's 3 or 4 of them. So
Okay, very good. And they're all friendly.
yeah, the dogs were. I was down there working under the tent. And I was sticking my fingers through trying to pet them. So yeah, they all seem friendly.
That's good. That's good. Well, petting zoos, I think the animals are supposed to be friendly at a petting zoo. I think that's how that works. The award ceremony at 6:30. This is a big one. This is for the youth. You know, they bring their animals and they bring their crops that their projects that they've worked on. I don't want to say crops because 4-H these days is a lot more than just farm skills.
Yes.
And I know those folks over there will talk to me about this if I try to maintain that stereotype. But they're into computers, into robotics, into lots of different things. And all those projects are on display now up at the exhibit hall on the fairgrounds in St. Genevieve. Also coming up this evening, the truck pull. Now, these are different from the trucks from last night.
Yeah, this is, like everyday trucks. I know some of them, we've been sitting here watching them go by and stuff. I'm sure they're not street legal, but it's, I don't know really a lesser, they're not super stocked or nothing like this. To me, these are the enjoyable ones. At least you can hear or talk to people when these go down the track. So, because last night it was just so loud. Some of them were so loud you couldn't even hardly think. So, but it was really fun to watch last night.
You mail a lot of dust, a lot of smoke.
Yeah. And the wind was coming right up to the crowd. So every time one would come down, the dust and the smoke would come right across the crowd. So.
Oh, wow. That's impressive. And probably a few people are sneezing, too. Let's see, the ITPA lawnmower pull. We talked about this on the air when we talked, I think it was Monday, didn't we, Mike, about the lawnmowers?
Yes. I don't know how many there's going to be this evening, though, but some of these lawnmowers, it's going to be interesting how fast they can get going with them.
But they don't cut grass.
If they could, you could get your lawn mowed quick.
Yeah, I guess they take the blades off them. That's not cool, right? Because who knows what would happen if they're rotating that fast. Yeah, they're probably turning pretty good RPMs. Let's see, what's next after that? Oh, the beer garden and dance, modern element. You had, Kickin' Country last night.
Yeah, they played till, I think, 10 o'clock last night.
Did a good job, of course.
I'll be honest, I never made it down off the hill. I stayed up the hill and I watched the tractors and I was just going around trying to make sure everything was running okay.
How the concessions doing? They look like they're doing a good business.
Yeah, they are. They got, your typical fair food and, the pork burgers. I mean, they were running pretty strong last night. But, yeah, we got, a couple different foods up there this year. We got a new vendor from, now that drew a blank, I ain't for sure where he's from. I think it's Kate. He's got some different things that's never been there, like fried green beans, fried pickles. I think he's got cream style deep fried corn nuggets. I was trying to read his menu, but he's got quite a bit of stuff up there.
Wow. Yeah, I've always been fond of the pork burgers, and the fair was about the only time I ever got one.
Yeah, the fair, the Jour de Fête.
Yeah, that's right.
I usually go to the Jour de Fête, park at Mom's, walk down there, get a pork burger and a beer, and walk home. So, yeah, our fair is not a fair without the pork burgers.
No. And those are those homegrown?
I'm pretty sure they are. Yeah, I think all the locals, farmers here, they use their hogs or whatever for it. So.
Okay. Isn't that the pork producers usually put that on?
Well, it's Valley Athletic now is
Okay.
running a pork stand. So.
Yeah, I thought I remember the pork producers were involved in that.
Well, yeah,
Maybe years ago.
yeah. In the last couple of years, Valley Athletic took it over, so it's a good fundraiser for them.
Yeah. Impressive, too. All righty, tomorrow the Antique Tractor and Gas Engine Expo, all day, all night. What can you tell me about that?
Well, they parade around the fairgrounds tomorrow. There's all kinds of different, like you said, gas engines and different things how they used to be able to work in the olden days. So,
And it's still working.
yeah, they're probably better now than what they did when they come out. So, yeah, it's neat to see them old motors and how things were. I mean, I would love to step back in time and be able to live like that for a while.
A little simpler, huh?
Yeah, a lot simpler.
Oh my, yes, indeed. Okay, the Youth Barrel Swine Show is going on tomorrow, 7:30 a.m. The Rabbit and Guinea Pig Judging, the Sheep and Goat Show, the Youth Beef Show, Pee Wee Showmanship class. That's always fun, watching those kids trying to pull them steers around. They have fun with those, don't they?
Yeah, it seems to be. Yeah, I remember it's been a few years ago that one of the moms, the steer wouldn't, the kid couldn't do nothing, and that mom come out and popped that steer right between the eyes, and then it listened. The rest of it did whatever they wanted, it did.
That's pretty funny. And then the various activities in the exhibit hall continue. World Bird Sanctuary has its exhibit. We talked about that. Stormy Crawford will be here. The petting zoo again from 10 to 7. The washer tournament in the horseshoe pits, noon to 4. The bicycle and tricycle rodeo. This is really for the youngsters, and that's at noon tomorrow. The antique tractor parade through the grounds, as you mentioned. The cow chip lotto. This always amazes this city boy. It's just interesting how they do that.
Yeah, I watched it. I mean, you make money when a cow poops on you. I guess I don't get no more hillbilly than that.
And they divide the lot up in squares, huh? And then you put your wager on the square that you think the cow's going to deposit his gift to Mother Nature, right?
Yeah, there you go. One nice way to put it.
And I suppose there's a lot of cheering and encouraging of the cow.
Well, I don't know. I've never been down there, but I'm going to try to make it down there tomorrow. At least see one of them tomorrow or Sunday.
It must be kind of anticipation kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
I mean...
Well, they got to walk the cow a little bit further. We put him up on a level area this year, so maybe he can get his system going before he gets up there.
You don't use any kind of a stimulant now, do you?
I don't think they would. I don't know about that.
Something to encourage the production. All righty, that's the Cow Chip Lotto, 2 o'clock tomorrow. Even if you don't wager on it, you certainly can have a lot of fun watching it. Who puts that on anyway, and how does that? Who benefits from that?
It's the extension office here in town puts that on. So I'm not sure if they have tickets, but they got a little booth up there. If you're interested or whatever, you go up there and take a chance on it.
Take a chance on that.
Yep, there you go. Yeah, they got the Challenger. They got the tickets up there for that gator. You can come up and take that. And then the fair board, our scholarship raffle, we got a deer stand, a deer rifle, and cash that we're going to be selling chances tonight. And then we're going to raffle it off in our event that we're having September 14th. So people that deer hunt or whatever, maybe you could win a new deer stand, insulated deer stand, or a deer rifle. So I want encourage everybody to come up and take a chance on it.
Yep, and it all goes to a very good cause.
Yeah, we gave out 3 $250 scholarships this year. One to St. John, one to Valley, and one to homeschool. So we just started this year, and hopefully we can keep doing it every year.
Very nice, very nice. And I know that the folks at the extension use the funds very wisely as well. And everybody, this is a good opportunity for some of these organizations to raise a little money to keep them going. I do believe I hear a siren in the background, Mike. That means that they could be getting down the hill from Seraphim Street, huh?
Yep, there you go. Yeah, and like I said, the scholarship, just the things that the fair board does to benefit. I mean, we got several new groups that are working up there, and they're all, commission based or on sales and stuff. So I encourage anybody, any church group or an organization, everybody needs extra funds. So this could be more. I want it more of a community event. So for next year, I think we got everything covered this year. If anybody's interested in doing something for the fair and make some money for it, look us up because we always need more help.
Also on Saturday, the youth livestock sale at 5 o'clock, and that's a big one. All those kids have been working on those animals all season, and now it's ready for the payoff. And they get to put some money away for school or some other need that they have.
Yeah, I sat in last year. Well, the fair board bought a hog. I couldn't believe the prices that they go for, and how great is that? I mean, when you have businesses that do that for these kids and stuff, it's a very good thing that they do.
Oh, exactly. Guaranteed. It is, certainly. And it's fun to watch that event. The other activities tomorrow evening have the demolition derby at 7 o'clock. That needs no explanation.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a good one. I don't know which two families. I know one's a Bloom or whatever. There's supposed to be a grudge match tomorrow, the first heat. There's like 5 cars from 2 different families that are going to go at it. And they said it's going to be a really good show tomorrow evening.
Well, that's wonderful. That is exciting. And it's fun watching those cars get banged up. And one of my disappointments, when I first saw the first demolition derby, I said, well, the cars are already banged up before they get in the ring, I guess you could say.
Yeah,
but they use them over and over again. I didn't know that.
Yeah, if they can, they use them over and over. I know some of these people, they build the motors to take the heat and stuff. They can put on a really good show, and then when tempers flare, it even gets more interesting. So.
Yeah, I know, because usually the first thing to go in one of those demolition derby crashes is the radiator, and you see steam going everywhere, and you wonder how those engines still run after all that water's gone. All right, on Sunday you've got a whole. We do want to mention the beer garden and dance tomorrow evening. The Road to Home will be playing, and then you've got the co-ed sand volleyball tournament 9 o'clock tomorrow. The public speaking contest at 10 o'clock. Anybody, all you politicians, can get in there and do some public speaking, right? And let's see, horseshoe tournament 10 a.m., the horse show at 10 a.m., tractor pull at 10 a.m. This is the out of field farm tractors here.
Yes, yeah, it starts at 10 o'clock.
And that's a lot of fun to watch, and farmers bring their tractors right out of the field and put them to the sled. And let's see what else we have tomorrow. We've got some more youngster activities as well. The amateur wine 4-H FFA and open exhibits are on at the exhibit hall. World Bird Sanctuary will be back from 10 to 5. Petting Zoo from 10 to 5. Quarter Scramble at 1:30. Cowchip Lotto at 2. Pedal pull at 3 p.m. Now that I found most interesting. The pedal pull with the little miniature sleds.
Yeah, it's fun to watch. I don't know how many kids are in it, but they got 2 tracks that go, and I mean it's a big event at our fair.
And for the youngsters, you can see the determination on their faces as they try to pedal as that weight gets heavier and heavier.
Yeah, it's unbelievable how small some of the kids, and they can do a full pull, and then you got a taller kid that wears out before they get halfway.
All righty, let's see what else we have tomorrow. We're wrapping up the pre-parade coverage here. The 4-H and FFA open exhibits are released at 4 o'clock, amateur wine at 5. The Grease Pig Contest wraps up the fair Sunday evening. That's at 6 o'clock.
Yeah. We have an adult class, Don. Why don't you enter it, and
Yeah.
maybe you can win a hog.
Yeah, and then what would I do with that?
Raise it and butcher it.
Mike Friedman, thank you so much for being with us for our pre-parade coverage. He's going to let us know about the individual entries in the parade as they go by, because I see you got your list.
Yeah, I'd like to put a thank you out. Dr. Clint Woke, he's going to do the sand volleyball for us this Sunday, run it and everything. So if you're interested in doing sand volleyball, it's Sunday morning.
Very good. Yeah, I know Dr. Volk. Matter of fact, these glasses I'm wearing just came from his place there. Dr. Volk, new practice, St. John Vision is where he's at. And that's all the lineup for activities for this weekend at the St. Genevieve County Fair. And our timing was excellent, Mike, because here comes the parade being led by a vehicle from the sheriff's office, I do believe. Oh, that's the police department. That's Chief Eric Bennett right there.
Yep, Eric, and then the sheriff's department behind him.
And they're tossing out the candy to the kids, and you can hear some of them hollering in the background for that. We have the St. Genevieve Fire Department coming down the the road here with their one of their units. 7143 is making its way past City Hall. And then I do believe the next vehicle will have our Grand Marshal.
Yeah, Dandy Don Klein.
And he is a very familiar figure, figure name to all in the auto racing area, racing stock cars for years and years and years.
Yeah, if I don't quote me on this, but I think he raced for 60 years.
And you can hear in the background some of the automobiles, and those are his sons.
Yeah, his two sons are driving that. Two of his race cars.
And do they race?
I don't know. I don't. They might. I really don't know.
Here comes our first Queen candidate. Do you have a name in front of you for our first Queen candidate? Looks like. Maybe not. But there's Drew.
Yeah, there's a Queen candidate, Drew.
And who do we have coming next? Looks like it's Jason Smith's vehicle.
Yeah, the Congressman Jason Smith. Hey, look at there. I got some candy.
We got some Tootsie Rolls from Congressman Jason Smith here in our 2013 edition of the St. Genevieve County Fair Parade here on B93.1 FM and Channel 98. Another Queen contestant. Looks like the Petite Queen from last year, Caitlin, and the Junior Queen candidate from this year, and I didn't catch the name. Melanie. And who do we have here?
It's St. Gen TV.
I don't recognize any of those people. I don't know who they are.
But they're all waving at you.
I know. Isn't that funny? And they're throwing things at us. They threw a stuffed animal. That's different. Okay, we have Jessica here, and she is a Queen candidate.
Yeah, it says petite candidate.
Okay, very good. Here comes the pickup from the St. Genevieve County Memorial Hospital, getting a picture of us as they go by. Now, we're supposed to be taking pictures of them. They missed, didn't they?
Yeah, here we go. Look at the candy, Don. We're going to be set for this evening.
I think so. There's Kendra, Junior Division Queen candidate.
Yeah, and then an old Chevy pickup.
Here's the Missouri State 4-H person, Alec.
Yes.
And coming up next, another Queen candidate. Looks like Jaden, a Little Miss St. Genevieve. So does that mean she's the reigning Little Miss St. Genevieve?
No, I think she's a candidate for this year.
All right. Here's our water company, the Alliance Water Resources, coming by on a tractor, throwing buckets of water on everyone. No, just teasing. They're throwing candy, too.
Yeah. You want some more? I'll wave more candy this way if you want some.
If I knew they were in the parade, we'd have some squirt guns.
Squirt guns or water balloons?
Yeah, now that's a good idea. We throw water balloons on the water guys while they go by. And we see some pink and white balloons coming. That's Rebecca Gons, the Petite Queen candidate, and Scarlett, who's a Tiny Tot candidate.
Yes, 2013.
Yep. Now here comes Miss Missouri State Fair Queen, Emily Wood.
There you go. There she is. And then Carrie is running our Queen pageant. Carrie No is driving the car.
And here we have, let's see, Caitlin Yount, Junior Fair Queen candidate. So they don't know, but the judges have already been deciding the outcome of that Fair Queen competition, haven't they?
I guess. I'm not for sure.
They're gonna crown them at 6 o'clock, so not much more time.
Yeah.
Boy, can you imagine the pressure, the anticipation?
Yeah. I mean, it's a big thing for these little girls.
You bet it is. Genevieve Nicholson just went by. She's a Miss Petite candidate. And here we have another lovely car, nice shade of purple there, and that's I don't see who that is. Can you see that?
It's on the back of the car.
I see it. We have to wait for the angle to get right. Jennifer's next.
Yeah, that was the 2012 Fair Queen.
Oh, she's
Caitlin.
reigning.
Yeah, Katrina. It says Katrina. Yeah.
We have to tell them to make their signs a little bigger for us old folks.
Yeah, bigger, brighter letters so we can read them.
Yep, there's somebody there for the Queen division. Who's that?
Hope Dowdy.
Oh, okay. Hope Dowdy. All right.
Division.
And we have tractors.
Yeah,
we have tractors.
That's Wade Jokers from town on an old John Deere 70.
And this next one is a red one, so that means it's probably a Farmall, since that's the big banner from IH that he's kind of a giveaway, wasn't it?
Yeah, Riley Siebert is driving that. And then
That's a young lady, Riley.
yeah, and then her dad,
Who's that on the lap?
I guess her brother. I'm not sure what his little name is.
And who's next on the McCormick?
That's Wayne Fowler, Too Tall, Wayne Fowler.
They call him Too Tall?
Yeah, that's what his nickname was years ago. I hope it still is. He's okay with me saying that.
Here comes Palmer Refinishes in a little car. What's that, Triumph?
Well, I'm not sure what kind of car that is. Neat looking old car, though.
And we have Shelley Morgan, the St. Genevieve 2012 Queen. I can't remember what class she was in.
It says Junior Queen.
Okay. See, you've got good eyes. Now, Dr. Wolk should have given me some. Well, he's given me some great glasses.
I got my glasses from there, well, a couple years
Yeah,
ago.
declined.
Volleyball.
Taylor Beckett, right?
That's what it looks like. Junior St. John County Fair Queen.
St. John Ford, your hometown Ford dealer, is in here, of course. You'd expect St. John Ford to be in St. Genevieve's Fair Parade. And who do we have coming up? Abby. I can't see her class.
Petite.
She's in the petite class. And she's being shaded by an umbrella that says St. Genevieve, and it's green and white. So I would suspect, just think that she's probably attending St. Genevieve High School.
I would say so.
We've got another vehicle from Palmer Refinishes, and here comes Allison.
That's a Little Miss candidate there.
And here comes the Zell Fire Department. They brought unit number 7451, which happens to be, I don't know, pumper?
I'm not sure. That's a big truck, though.
Looks like it's got all those valves and pipes and such on it, so that's what I think is that. Okay, who do we have next? Aileen Burkett. I can't read it.
I can't read that one either.
But she sure is cute.
Junior Queen.
And next, boy, they're making those signs real hard to read. That's too bad.
Evelyn Thomas, Little Miss Division.
Oh, you're so good. Here comes one of the vehicles that'll be in the Demolition Derby this evening. Now, I've seen that style of car before. I can't name it.
Is that an Impala?
Could be. Tyson is the name on the side, number 328. Here comes the Bloomsdale Volunteer Fire Department to our parade. They're welcome, and we're certainly glad to see them come down the road from Bloomsdale for the parade. Here comes Little House on the pickup.
Yeah, I ain't even sure what that is. Oh, Prudential.
Yeah. Prudential Insurance brought the Little House on the pickup. Here comes another entry here, the Riverview at the Park. Karen Rehabilitation Center brought their van down. Now when they get up the hill, they'll be almost home.
Yeah, right. Yeah, just pass up the fairgrounds and they're right home there. There you go.
And then next in line is the Missouri Master Gardeners. They have their state conference in Springfield this year, so I wonder how many of our local Master Gardeners will be making the trip to Springfield. University of Missouri Extension's coming up next. There's some folks in the back of a pickup tossing out the candy. They've got a tiger, appropriately enough, right there on the pickup. And here comes Gary Stolzer and Andrea and their equestrian unit.
Yep. 6 of them. No, 8 of them. Oh, there's even more
And
further
there's
back.
more.
Yeah, they keep coming.
And here comes the guy with the shovel. No, just kidding.
I'm sure there's somebody with a shovel and a bucket.
We got one of the lawn tractors here. I don't think it's one of the lawn tractors for the parade, but it looks like it could be.
It's Ronnie and Gail Roth with one of their grandsons on that little lawnmower trailer.
From Saline Valley Farm. Very nice. Okay, now we're going to get agricultural. We've got how many tractors in a row here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. By the way, just for purposes of complying with federal regulations, you're listening to live coverage of the 2013 St. Genevieve County Fair Parade on KBDZ, Perryville, Chester, St. Genevieve, B93.1 FM, and St. Genevieve Community Access Television, Channel 98. Well, we started off with a Farmall, and what do we have here? Another one. See anybody you know?
I've seen them before, but I don't know their names, and I don't have no little papers telling me who they are.
Here comes the John Deere Green tractors. We got 3 of those in a row.
That's Lester Hoover. I do know him.
You know, these are the tractors that I had a little toy tractor when I was a kid, and that's exactly what they look like.
Yeah, it's unbelievable, the little toys, how they recognize, you know, they look like big tractors. I mean, the steering wheels work, the front wheels turn.
You betcha. Got a couple of Fords behind the John Deere's. 8600s, 2 of them.
Yeah, this Tommy Klein's on the second Ford. I don't know who's running the first one.
They're making some noise, and I think they've been modified.
Just a little bit.
Here comes the Farmall, and we have 3 more John Deere's.
Yeah, this is Brian and Connie Nagger and their boys on these John Deere's.
And another, looks like a Farmall headed down the pike. Is that IH? Powermaster, Ford.
Ford, yeah.
They fooled me because they went red.
That must be an old one. That's Alvin Brown there.
Another John Deere.
That's Les Loneman Deere on that one.
And here comes another red one. That's, I'm not going to say what that one is. I don't want to make a mistake.
That's another Farmall.
Okay. See, they're back to Farmalls. Okay. Now, this one, I'm not sure what color. Oh, Lost Acres Tractor Club. Are they the ones?
This is from Ozora, I think.
And who? What's it? This is a pre-restoration.
Yeah. Larry Giesler pulling that wagon.
Lost Acres Tractor Club. That's great. A couple of more John Deere's, and now come the orange Alice Chalmers. You know, when I first moved to Missouri, I'd been in the military for a while, and I entered the military in Los Angeles. So I didn't know anything about tractors. See what living in Missouri for 30 years will do you?
Yeah, there's a bunch of them, and people around here really, they take care of, they restore these old tractors, and I mean, it's really neat that they do that.
Bright orange Alice Chalmers. Boy, they are nice looking rigs. Got a couple of John Deere's coming. And you notice, maybe next year you can put them in order of year. Have the earliest ones first, then working up to the present day.
Yeah, I don't think that'll happen. I don't think that's too much. Amanda Swent takes care of the parade for ours, so Amanda, thanks.
Yeah. If you see anybody you recognize, could shout out their name.
Okay. That's Mark Ringwald and that Alice Chandler's that's going by. Paul Ringwald on the old International.
These probably were used this season, weren't they, in the field?
Oh, I'd say some of these probably are.
Now we got...
This is William Noby. There's a John Deere dealer out on A Road. Coming by with some new tractors. They'll be up on display if anybody wants to see them and look at them.
Oh, you bet. That tractor with a totally enclosed cab looked like he's got air conditioning. Here's another one.
Yeah, it's probably got a radio and everything in there, so.
He might be listening to us right now. Wouldn't that be nice?
Probably would be. That's almost cheating, though, when you can sit in something like that and work.
Is that farming?
That's the smart way to farm.
And they got GPSs now to show them how to keep their rows straight.
Yeah, that's unbelievable how they can do all that now with the internet and the computers and stuff like that. John Kettinger there in an old International McCormick. His brother Wayne Kettinger in an old John Deere M. Now we got Davis Farm Supply from Perryville coming by now.
Oh, I know Jerry. Good guy, Jerry. He's always involved in the tractor clubs in the area and the parades and such, and plow day, and you'll always see Jerry there.
Yeah, you got to thank all these guys: Davis Farm Supply, Felix Equipment, William Noby. They all got tractors and everything, letting us use gators and stuff on the fairgrounds the whole weekend. My hat goes off to them for letting us do that. We couldn't do it and put on the show that we do without them.
Okay, and here comes, let's see, who's MFA is coming. And they, of course, big agriculture supporters in the community. Their sign says MFA proudly supports the St. John County Fair, 4-H, and FFA. And they have some folks riding in the back of the truck.
Yeah, they're throwing out cooler cups.
A little bit different.
Yep. There goes Bob Fisher on an old farmall with his son.
I think this is the first time I've seen one of these things in the parade. What's that?
Oh, that's Carla Fisher. She's got kiddie rides. I'm sure that's one of the rides that she has that she rents out or that you could rent from them.
Oh, okay.
It spins in a circle.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. And that is the parade. I think the police department just coming by. I'll let you go ahead and identify the rest of the folks coming to the fair.
Keep coming.
Well, that's a great parade. I think it lasted about, 20 minutes or so. Yeah, a lot of units. Have you any idea how many units in all?
No, I didn't even keep track.
You can count those pages as you read them off?
There's a lot of pages missing here.
Okay, tell me what your Friday evening is going to be like now, Mike. What's next for you?
Well, I'm going to go back up to the grounds and just make sure everything's running good and greet people as they come in and thank the ones that need to be thanked and just invite everybody to come up and enjoy the weekend. We got beautiful weather. I mean, we can't ask for anything better than this. So, yeah, just come on up, drink, have you a cold one, and get you a pork burger or another sandwich.
Any advice for those people driving in on where to park?
Well, just keep going up there. We got fairgrounds and arrows pointing where to go. We got a lot of parking out in the field, and, there'll be plenty of room for everybody.
Well, it looks like it's going to be a nice one, as you said, a nice evening. Tonight will be very nice, cool temperatures. A lot of excitement with the Demolition Derby tomorrow night. Tonight, of course, is the truck pull. That's where they bring them.
Truck and the lawnmower.
And the lawnmowers. They bring the trucks right off the showroom floor, right?
Yeah, there was some last night pulled. They had a gas and diesel challenge in some of these trucks. I mean, they're brand new, $50,000, $60,000 trucks. I couldn't do that to a brand new truck, but boy, they sure put on a show.
You betcha, exactly. And you know what's funny is I can remember back when I first started covering the truck pulls like that. Old Paul, what was his Mullins? Paul Mullins was the PA announcer. He'd holler at them. He says, "Does your insurance man know what you're doing?"
Yeah, I remember. It's been several years ago. There was a guy with a brand new Dodge truck up there, extended cab, and it was after the truck pull. They hooked bumper to bumper with another truck, and they were out there just going at it. And that brand new truck, I think it had under 1,000 miles on it. It caught fire.
Oh my!
And burned the motor up in it. So yeah, that was a hard one to explain.
I'm sure the insurance didn't cover that.
Well, I really
and the warranty probably didn't either.
Yeah, if they found out what they were doing, I'm sure.
They come out now with these little boxes they put in your cars, and they can tell if you've been driving crazy.
Yeah. Well, I don't have to worry about that.
No, you're a good driver, Mike. Well, Mike, I want to thank you for coming by and taking a break from your heavy load. I bet you kind of enjoyed this, didn't you? A chance to sit down and relax.
Yeah, it is, but I'm looking forward to get back up there and you've got a bunch of good guys: Kenny Williams, Lance Meyer, Steve Shilley, Martha Riesinger, Barb Shilley, Bev Roth, all Fair Board members and stuff, and they all give 100% to put this show on. So if you come up there and see one of them or whatever, put your hand out and shake their hand and thank them.
Oh,
I mean, the thank yous that I get, go a long way with me, and I'm sure they would with the other board members and stuff. We couldn't do this without the community support.
These guys are all volunteers, folks, and I know a lot of you like to say, well, they should have done this or they should have done that, but once you get in that position and in that spotlight, that's when you probably sat back before you were on the fair board. You probably thought, here's I've
been going to the fairs, taking my buildings up there since 1998. and I always wanted to help, but the kids were always too young and too hot to have youngsters now. But now my kids are growing, they're getting older, they're kind of like self-efficient now. They can give them some money and they take care of themselves and stuff. Check in every so often, and this is what I wanted to do for years. Now I finally can now, so I enjoy doing it, and I'm looking forward to keep doing it for people.
Okay, very good. Mike Friedman, chairman of the St. Genevieve County Fair Board. Make sure you head out to the fair this evening and the fairgrounds in St. Genevieve County. And the easiest way to get here is when you take the I-55, drop off the 32 exit, head towards St. Genevieve. Just keep on going on that pavement. You'll wind your way through town and eventually get up the hill, and there's the fairgrounds right on your right. You don't have to turn off 32. You just stay on that road, keep going. It'll end, 32 will end, but the road will keep going, and you'll come up the hill just shy of the radio station. You'll hang a right turn. And that's our program. That's our coverage of the 2013 St. Genevieve County Fair Parade. I'd like to thank C.J. Layton back in the hill on Radio Hill. And, of course, Bob Scott at the controls down in Perryville, working very hard to put this broadcast together, and we appreciate that so much. And that's our report. That's our broadcast from the St. Genevieve County Fair Parade. I'm Don Pritchard for Mike Friedman. Have a very good evening.